Snowflakes fall like diamonds and the mountains stretch endlessly in every direction. Today, I'm doing something I've always dreamed about, but also something my bank account will definitely remember forever. I'm trying the world's most expensive winter activities, all in one insane day. These are the kind of experiences only billionaires usually try, so I wanted to find out, are they actually worth the insane price tag? The first activity on this list is something people say feels like being inside a real-life snow globe. I'm talking about a private heli-skiing experience, where a helicopter drops you on untouched mountain peaks that regular ski lifts can't even get close to. As the helicopter blades roar above me, I feel equal parts terrified and exhilarated. The pilot gives me a nod, the door slides open, and suddenly I'm standing on a peak that literally no one else has touched today. There are no tracks, no noise, no people, just me, the snow, and a drop that looks a little too vertical for comfort. But I came here for the real experience, right? The first push-off feels like floating. The snow is so soft it almost feels fake, like skiing on a cloud. Every turn sends powder flying like glitter. And halfway down, I finally understand why people pay thousands for this. You're not just skiing, you're claiming your own untouched mountain. By the time I reach the bottom, my legs are shaking, both from adrenaline and from the I can't believe I just survived that feeling. And the helicopter is already waiting to take me to the next peak, which makes me feel both incredibly cool and deeply concerned for my credit card. After heli-skiing, my next adventure is something less terrifying but equally outrageous, a private luxury igloo dining experience at one of the world's most exclusive winter resorts. An entire ice dome has been built just for me. Inside, the walls sparkle with frozen crystal patterns, and the air smells like cedar and truffle, something I didn't even know could mix well. But apparently money makes strange scents blend perfectly. A chef from a Michelin star restaurant is preparing a multi-course meal right in front of me. Using ingredients that were brought in by snowmobile earlier, this morning he serves the first dish, a hot broth with black truffle shaved so generously that I swear more truffle lands on the table than in the bowl. Eating inside a glowing igloo while surrounded by quiet, snowy forest feels like stepping into a fantasy movie. The craziest part? There's a violinist playing soft music in the corner. For one person. Just me. I can't tell if I feel fancy or ridiculous, but I'm doing my best to enjoy it because this tiny bowl probably costs more than my entire weekly grocery budget once. I'm full and slightly worried about how I'm going to explain this dinner bill to myself later. It's time for the next activity, a dog sled ride, but not just any dog sled ride. This one is with champion-level huskies trained for Arctic races. The moment the dogs see the sled, they start howling with excitement. They're basically elite athletes on four legs. And I'm just the person who's about to go along for the ride. As soon as the musher releases the brake, the dogs explode forward with more power than I thought was possible. I'm flying across the snow, wind hitting my face, trying not to scream every time the sled bounces over a bump. The huskies run with perfect synchronicity, like they've memorized every inch of this land. We glide across frozen lakes, weave through snow-covered trees. And I feel like I'm starring in a documentary about survival, except I'm wearing very warm, very overpriced ski gear, and drinking hot chocolate from a thermos designed for extreme luxury travelers. When the ride ends, I spend a moment giving the dogs lots of pets because, honestly, they did all the work. They deserve the real luxury experience more than I do. The day isn't even close to over yet. Up next is something I never thought I would ever do. A private snowmobile tour to a secret mountain, hot spring that can only be accessed by permit holders, celebrities or apparently YouTubers willing to spend way too much money for an experience. The snowmobile is powerful, maybe too powerful, because every time I accelerate, I feel like I'm hanging onto the handlebars for dear life. The guide takes me through narrow forest trails carved only inches from towering pines. I'm bouncing, sliding some more, and at one point, I'm pretty sure I accidentally caught air. My heart rate is somewhere between this is awesome and this is how people become memes. Finally, we reach the hot spring and it's worth every terrifying moment. Steam rises into the cold mountain air, and the water is warm enough that you can sit in it while snow falls on your face. I step in and it feels unreal, like someone combined a spa with a winter wonderland. It's peaceful, silent, and honestly, Kind of surreal knowing that very few people ever get to see this place, but I'm not done yet. To end the night, I'm going full luxury and trying something I've heard about but always thought was a myth, a private snow limo tour. Yes, you heard that right. A snow limo. It's basically a heated glass carriage attached to a snowcat, designed to glide smoothly over deep snow while you relax inside a moving luxury lounge. There are soft leather seats, warm blankets, and even a mini bar. I sit back sipping hot tea while watching the northern lights shimmer above the mountains. The sky flashes green and purple like nature's own light show, and the snow below glows in the reflection. It's one of those rare moments where everything feels perfect. The mountains, the glowing sky, the silence, and the feeling of being completely disconnected from the usual noise of life. Even though the entire day has been ridiculously expensive, this moment alone feels priceless. As I ride through the snowy landscape, I start thinking about all the winter activities I did today. Heli-skiing that made my legs tremble, dining in an igloo that made me feel like royalty, racing across the snow behind champion huskies, speeding. Through the forest on a snowmobile, relaxing in a hidden hot spring. And now the stunning snow limo ride under the northern lights. Do you need a lot of money to enjoy winter? Absolutely not. But if you ever want to experience the most over-the-top, extreme, luxurious version of winter, this is it. This was insane, unforgettable, and definitely the most expensive day I've ever lived through. But was it worth it? I think so. Not because of the price or the luxury, but because these experiences remind you how beautiful the world is and how important it is to step outside your comfort zone once in a while. So, that was my adventure trying the world's most expensive winter activities. Which one would you try? Which one do you think was way too expensive? Let me know in the comments. And of course, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next insane trip I take. Trust me, things are only getting crazier from here.